Hello everybody. Well, this is the shave you've all been waiting for. I'm going to reveal some revelations I've had here recently about shaving and about life in general. It's things that I've kind of known all along, but I hadn't applied it to my shaving. Earlier this week, I was feeling kind of down. My back's been hurting. I finally went to the doctor, got a shot in the ass, and that thing worked. So I realized one thing there that I've applied to shaving. When in doubt, go for help. But then you got to know what that help is. Another thing that I did was I did a shave with my father's razor. The razor that has been giving me trouble all along. That I've never been able to find the right setting, the right combination of things. And I just decided I'm going to pick up an old Wilkinson sword blade. The first blade I ever used in DE shaving before I could find any other ones. I was going to throw that in there and I was just going to shave. I wasn't going to think about any of the products I was using or anything. I was just going to shave. Just slow, easy. I had put it on number 6 setting and I got a wonderful close shave and conquered this razor. Now, what was I doing wrong all along? What was happening? Let's do this brief little exercise. And I've done this for the last 30 years with clients that I've worked with that needed to change something in their life. So sit back, be comfortable. First thing I want you to do is right now, this moment, I want you to be as happy as you've ever been in your life. I want you to feel it. I want you to laugh. I want you to feel that tingling, uncontrollable belly laugh that you get whenever something really, really is funny. Oh, you can't do that? Well, you're having trouble with funny. A lot of you guys got temper problems. You got anger problems. I want you to be angry right now, as angry as you've ever been in your entire life. I want your face is flush, it's red, you're turning beet red, you're clenching your fists. You can't do that? Okay, let's go on to the next thing. Now I want you to sit back, get relaxed, close your eyes. I want you to picture the color green. It could be green grass, it could be a green pool table, it could be a 4-leaf clover. Hold it there. Okay? I usually do that exercise a little bit longer, but we don't have time here. But I bet you some of you, at least, your mind started to wander. You started trying to think about that color green and put that image in your head, but other things just kept coming in and invading, messing up the message. You were thinking about what I'm going to eat for dinner, or I've got this bill I got to pay, or you're hearing the birds chirping outside the window, or you're hearing the kids screaming and fighting in their bedroom. Other things invade our thoughts. Now, I want you to hold up your hand. Stick it up high. And hold it there. Okay, I'm going to cut that one short too, because usually I have people hold their hands up for at least a minute or so. But if someone was pointing a gun to your head and said, if you drop your hands, you're dead, how long could you hold up your hand? How long could you keep it there? Well, you might have to hold it up and be strained and everything, but you could keep it up there a pretty damn long time, couldn't you? So what do these 3 things illustrate? Well, one, we're not in control of our emotions, any way, shape, or form. Emotions are generally brief, intense feelings that we have absolutely no control over other than how we respond to it. We can either continue the pain or we can stop the pain. by the way that we respond to that emotion. We can either continue the happiness or we can stop the happiness depending on how we respond to that situation. Our thoughts. We have a little bit more control over our thoughts than our emotions, but other things invade. So we're not always in control of our thoughts, but we are always in control of what we do. Always. You are in control all the time of what you do. So, if you do the right things enough of the time, the way you think about it will eventually change to the positive. And the way you feel about it will change to the positive. You're always in control. So, the shave that I did with my dad's razor, I had emotions rolled up in those shaves. All those thoughts and those feelings of grief were interfering with me using this razor until I emptied my mind and I just shaved, doing the right things. And that's the secret. Now, in shaving, the help that we need is this stuff. Water. We need water. The whole purpose of a shave is to be hydrated and have a comfortable shave. But hydration and getting the water to the face is the key. And most of the times when our shave isn't working, it's not the blade, it's not the razor. Sometimes it's the cream and the soap, because it's not hydrated enough. See this brush, it's so cotton picking stiff, I got to really mash down to get it to spray out. It may loosen up some, we'll see. Right now the jury is definitely out. But the razor I'm going to use today, red tip I just cleaned up, and I'm going to put that same Wilkinson blade now that I've got my third shave on. And let's get going. Oh, I can definitely tell it's my other black handle, the regular super speed, is not this aggressive. But if we handle our shaves as a mechanism of just emptying our mind, letting the tools and the products work, paying attention to our technique, "95 out of 100 times, we're probably going to have a good shave." Another thing that I learned is that I paid too much attention about getting that baby butt smooth shave. It was ruining my shaves. Even though I was getting a baby butt smooth shave, I was often going over the top and doing too much and getting irritation, or I'd feel a little patch of whiskers that I didn't get, and I'd get upset about it and think, what do I got to do different? And there's been a lot of studies that have done that if we're able to relax, even just for a few minutes a day, we're going to be healthier and we're going to be happier. And that's what we need to use our shave time for. That period of being healthy and happy and letting all the worries of the world melt away. So we need to not pay so much attention to anything other than just working that razor. And you guys that are just starting, I know you're real excited about all the different products and getting things to work right. The biggest thing that you have to conquer and get in place is that muscle memory of the light touch. Doing the light touch with letting the blade do the work. And really not worrying about anything else. Find a good soap or a good cream that gives you a good cushioning lather, and for at least a month or so I recommend you put everything else away. Don't worry about it. And get those muscle memories going so that you can operate that razor, and really then any other razor with just minor adjustments, because there's really no difference whether you pick up a single edge razor that you have to shave at a steeper angle, or a double edged DE razor, or what. It doesn't matter, just those minor things will make the difference. But your basic stroke, the pressure that you put, is the key. The pattern that you shave, learning that is important. And then just letting the tools do the work, and get all that other crap out of your head. Back years ago, my first wife, she died when she was 33, but her father was a golf pro at a small public golf course here in Oklahoma. So consequently, when we lived down there, I got to play golf at a cut rate every day, and I did. And I got to a point where I couldn't get any better. I'd gotten down to about a 15 handicap, and I just couldn't get past that. So I started doing some positive mental imagery and what they call self-hypnosis, which is just basically when I went to bed, I just pictured myself playing the perfect golf game, shot by shot. And by the time I finished doing that over a summer, I had dropped my golf score from about a 15 to 20 handicap down to an 8. Did absolutely nothing else, didn't change any other thing. So just clearing the mind and putting some positive images in there, and just letting the tools do the work, and relying on the muscle memory that we develop by doing it right more than we're doing it wrong as far as our technique, and you're going to get a better shave. And all these other factors aren't going to make any difference. They're not going to make any difference, whether it's an expensive cream or whether it's Arco, or whether it's a feather or a 7 o'clock. That little difference isn't going to make anything about the shave. Now, some equipment's going to work better than others in certain things. You know, it's just, that's part of it, is finding out what works for you. But that's later, after you've learned. And as experienced guys, we need to go back and revisit our basic techniques often, and just let all this other stuff get out of the way. And Michael Freeberg, your idea of just using one razor and using it and getting to know it, that's a good idea, because then we really learn what that product and what that razor is all about, instead of switching around. I haven't done very much of it, but that's a good idea. So that's it. that's some of the wisdoms that I've picked up I wanted to pass on to you guys. Take it or leave it. You might think it's for the birds and you may not. I don't care. I'm going to tell you anyway. So have a good weekend, and we will talk with you later. Before I could find any other ones, I was going to throw that in there, and I was just going to shave. I wasn't going to think about any of the products I was using or anything. I was just going to shave. Just slow, easy. I had put it on number 6 setting, and I got a wonderful close shave and conquered this razor. Now, what was I doing? I did a shave with my father's razor, the razor that has been giving me trouble all along, that I've never been able to find the right setting, the right combination of things. And I just decided I'm going to pick up an old Wilkinson sword blade, the first blade I ever used in DE shaving. Hello everybody. Well, this is the shave you've all been waiting for. I'm going to reveal some revelations I've had here recently about shaving and about life in general. It's things that I've kind of known all along, but I hadn't applied it to my shaving. Earlier this week, I was feeling kind of down. My back's been hurting. I finally went to the doctor, got a shot in the ass, and that thing worked. So I realized one thing there that I've applied to shaving. When in doubt, go for help. But then you got to know what that help is. Another thing that I did was wrong all along. What was happening? Let's do this brief little exercise. And I've done this for the last 30 years with clients that I've worked with that needed to change something in their life. So sit back, be comfortable. First thing I want you to do is right now, this moment, I want you to be as happy as you've ever been in your life.